you know, I was a little kid. I think I was in like 3rd grade. Had another kid run up to me and be like, you know, hey, are you a boy or a girl? I mean, I was a boy at the time. And just kind of looked at him and went, boy, I think. It was kind of a confusing question because it's not exactly something somebody runs up and asks you. As soon as about, I think 4 years ago, I started seriously talking about it with my fiance, my girlfriend at the time. We brought it up a couple times, batted the idea around, then went, nah, this is just too crazy. I had a good paying job and everything. Finally got here, started going back into therapy, just trying to fix the depression, which again was not that serious, it was just irritating. I was always mad. Counterproductive. And then in October of last year, kind of in a discussion about, you know, various things, adopting masculine traits, it finally dawned on me that all the masculine traits I had picked up, I started listening through them and I was like, I remember picking this one up, I remember picking this one up, I remember this one. I'm a girl. And it was funny too, because it was those 3 words, you know, I'm a girl. I'd said them before, kind of, but your mind snaps back and goes, no, you're not, and you immediately rationalize it and you go, that's crazy. Well, this time I didn't. Ended up started talking about it, and it's kind of weird. I mean, people use, you know, epiphanies a lot, but that's pretty much what it was. I always joke as an analogy of, you know, me being, I was a little brain lizard running around in my head, you know, doing things like the firmware wasn't correct. They finally figured out that things weren't written properly. So we're retrofitting this to, you know, a girl now to fix that problem. And the angry part of me, the male part of me, you know, really tries to dig in sometimes. Rationalizations like, you shouldn't do this, you're gonna get beat up, you're gonna be killed. You know, they're not gonna laugh at you, you know. And those parts try really hard sometimes. But the fact that the mental surety of it, you know, whether it's deep, way down deep in my you know, psyche or whatever, it's just completely unwavering. And it's not a loud and a, you know, yelling type thing. It's just very calm. You know, no, it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about it. And that makes me crazy sometimes. So yeah, the body thing is, I'll be glad when I'm done, of course. My goal when I told my friends is to make this boring. I'm not going to be loud and screaming around. I'm not going to be hiding or ashamed. But a lot of people mistake restraint for shame. So, you know, if anybody asks me, one, if they think they need to know, sure, I'll tell them about it. I have no problem. If educating some people helps them, good. If somebody else can get, you know, something out of it, or come to the right place, get the right information, and they can walk through this with a little less effort, good. But for me, it's just kind of a, this has to happen. Moving on. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I want to do about it. So, it's less than spectacular, I guess, sometimes. Which is a lie, because I get real excited sometimes. You know, I kind of look at it and go, wow, you know, it would have been nice if I'd gotten this right. But I've had a pretty good life. I mean, I've had horrific times. I've lived in, you know, abject poverty when I was a kid. Really, really horrific situations. But I've had good friends. I've traveled all over the world. I've got a fantastic fiance. I like DePaul. I love Chicago. So even in the back of my mind, when I go, man, I wish I'd been born a woman. If I'd been born a woman, I would have had all this. There should be a time when suddenly I wake up and go, oh, this is stupid, and just strut on out of the house. You know, everybody wants to be that person. Everybody wants to be that, you know, self-confident person that gets up and goes to school, goes to their work, and they're on top of it. They don't care. Not because they're a jackass, because they don't care because they're confident. Everybody wants to do that. I mean, I do, sure. I'm mad that society overall would treat a woman differently, and treat trans people differently, and treat a gay person differently. I don't specifically think that, wow, if only I was a woman, I wouldn't have to deal with that, because I think that's not fair. That's walking away from the problem. And a lot of people consider that when a trans woman does what they call go stealth. Like, if I'm done, and, you know, hopefully passable, and nobody can tell, and I show up to a job, and I do everything I can not to let anybody know, a lot of trans people get upset about that because they feel like you're walking away from the problem. So, for people that don't get it, kind of ask yourself why you have to. I would say if someone's trans, give them the benefit of the doubt. And just wait. You'll probably find out they're easier to get along with, they're happier, and they end up being a more productive human being overall in society. So, give them time. Help them out. And if somebody says they're female or they're male, you just, why argue? I've been told by my friends who have gone through this that there will be a time when some call it the switchover, where you just suddenly do. And I think that's true in anything. Like, if you start a new job, you're nervous about it, then there'll be a day when you suddenly go, oh, I got this. So yeah, I think about it every day. Every time I have to go out and I'm nervous and I think I'm stupid for being nervous, when my friends are like, you look fine. And even if you're not perfect, who cares? When I'm done, finish my degree, get a job, live. That's it. Nothing beyond.